Hey, what's good, everyone? This is Artists of Truth coming to you with another vlog entry on this wonderful, magnificent Sunday afternoon. Of course, today is Father's Day. So, big shout out to all of the fathers who are actually being a part of their offspring's existence, regardless of what the relationship is between you and the mother of your children. So, um, also, this is the weekend of Juneteenth. So, if you have the opportunity, go ahead, take part in it, and enlighten yourself, enlighten your children about the importance of Juneteenth. So, on that note, I hope that you all are in positive, upbeat spirits, continuously giving and sharing love to everyone that is around you, friends, family, even some of your enemies. You know, just continue to pour, pour out into the universe. Allow your allow your light to shine, and don't allow anyone to steal your joy and your happiness, because your joy and happiness belongs to only you. So on that note, let us roll right into the topic of this afternoon. Tiffany Haddish. I read an article that Tiffany Haddish had canceled um, a stand-up comedy show in Atlanta. Now, she's not the only person. There is a production company, Walt Disney and Netflix, and just to name a few, that are boycotting the state of Georgia because the abortion bill will take effect in 2020. So there's a lot of controversy that is going on right now. You have some celebrities that are also boycotting filming or even coming to the state of Georgia, and behind this abortion bill. And me personally, I am pro-life. I feel that if the if the fetus has a heartbeat, I feel that you should give that child the opportunity to live. My personal only exception I would have is if the woman is if the female has been she has been raped. It is she became pregnant by her alleged her aggressor, whether it's rape, incest, you know that is the only path that I feel would be acceptable for any female having an abortion. You know, other than that, I feel that if you consciously have unprotected sex with with a male, you can't be totally and completely dumbfounded to the fact that a child can and will be conceived by having unprotected sex. Now, and in some cases, women have to be responsible for themselves. We have to be responsible for ourselves. If I come to, if I come to your private space and we become intimate, and I don't have protection, but you don't want children, and I don't want children, then one of us should not go forward with it. I shouldn't go forward with it. You shouldn't go forward with it, unless you really and truly believe that my pullout game is just that simple. Which I never bought into that nonsense. Just protect yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Stop making excuses because you have some females out here in the world who are just having unprotected sex, and it's like, heck, within 4 to 5 years, you've had close to 10 abortions. No, you just being, I feel that at that point you should be placed on some sort of meds, or you should have your tubes tied or something, because if you don't want to have children, then protect yourselves. I never understood how this society just makes excuses for purposely being careless with their bodies. I never understood that. Especially with sisters. I love you enough to tell you the truth. You may not like it. You may not like how my delivery is, and that's okay. I just need people to understand and pay attention to the message. Don't focus on the delivery, because a person can deliver anything in its most simplest form, and most people still won't comprehend it. A lot of times it's solely because they are just emotionally charged. They're operating within their emotions, and when you're operating within your emotions, that logical and reasonable sense is not going to be attainable at that point in time. So moving on, like I said, Tiffany Haddish, she canceled one of her stand-up shows in Atlanta. Disney and Netflix have boycotted filming in Georgia, which I'm pretty sure the majority of the Georgians here, they probably feel like, shoot, we ain't losing no sleep. And like, shoot, that's money that you missing out on, So you don't have to come here. That's fine. Go on over there to LA, because you already know they're going to bust your heads. They're not giving no sort of tax incentives like the state of Georgia is. This is one of the reasons why a lot of film production companies have came down here to the state of Georgia, because they already know, shoot, let's go ahead and get this tax incentive. Let's go ahead and get this money. But of course, as it pertains to Tiffany Haddish, to me, Tiffany Haddish, she is not a thoroughbred comedian. Her stand-up comedy shows, especially the one from last year when she was in Florida for New Year's, and people started walking out, her, what she was talking about didn't make any sense. She was all over the place. It's quite obvious she can't handle her liquor, and then it's like that. You spend the majority of your time, and your jokes are, you are you're lusting over Caucasian males and whatnot, which that don't surprise me neither, because I wouldn't be one bit surprised if we were to see I wouldn't be one bit surprised if we were to see Tiffany Haddish locked up with a Caucasian male. So that's another topic for another day. So stay tuned for that. But I really want to close this video out stressing that one monkey don't stop no show. So these film production companies, that's not going to hurt the state of Georgia. Not at all. Not by a long motherfucking shot. And Tiffany Haddish canceling her stand-up comedy shows, that's funny. I think, and I strongly believe, that Tiffany Haddish saved a lot of people of Atlanta, saved a lot of people money. Instead of them coming to her show and end up being disappointed because her jokes is whack as fuck, and she's really and truly she's not funny. Cat Williams said it before. Cat Williams tried to warn us that Tiffany Haddish was not funny. She went down to Florida. Florida proved that theory to be true. But of course, we don't listen to anything. We just, a lot of times we have to see the shit unfold for ourselves in order for us to be like, oh, yeah, damn, somebody told us that this individual wasn't funny. But, you can't speak candidly about black people without them feeling that you are trying to bash them. It's like, no, if you're not funny, you're not funny. You need to go back to the drawing board. If you can't drive in the city of Atlanta with all this bad traffic, if you can't drive in the city of Atlanta, guess what? Don't drive. Take an Uber or Lyft, taxi or something. Get you a scooter, a bike or something. Stay on it that way. If you can't drive in traffic, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. And it's not to belittle a person. You just have to be honest with people. And a lot of times when you're honest with people, they take offense to it. Instead of taking the honesty as constructive criticism and building on it in order to make themselves better, they're not receiving of it. So, Tiffany Haddish, thank you, because you saved a lot of people in the city of Atlanta a whole lot of money from, coming to your show and being highly disappointed in you and proving to the city of Atlanta that you're not funny. Cat Williams was absolutely positively correct about your stand-up. Not about you as an individual, but your jokes. They just dry as cornstarch. Bitch, get back to the drawing board. You got to work on that shit. I love you. You're a beautiful woman, but you got to work on your shit. It's just like someone putting me on the Hawks basketball team and I can't damn shoot for shit. Guess what? The majority of people in the city of Atlanta are going to say, hey, you need to get rid of him because he can't play ball. He can't shoot. He can't dribble. He doesn't have a crossover game. He can't do any of these things. Not to say that he isn't a good guy, but his ability to perform is shot. Some people may like it and like, yeah, he got a couple of good moves. Yeah, he got a nice layup and everything. This, that, that. Yeah, but it's not enough. It's not enough to fill up the seats. So if it's not enough to fill up the seats, we can't support you. We love you, but we can't support you. So in the meantime, in between time, you get an opportunity, check the article out for yourselves. We are all entitled to our opinions, our views of the world and people around us. I understand people are always saying, you're not supposed to judge people, and I'm just that type of individual. I was like, I don't give a damn. I've grown up in a society where we tell each other, you can't judge me and you shouldn't judge others, but if you get in trouble and you go to a courtroom, you're facing the judge. The judge is doing what? He's judging you. And not many people in the world are coming out telling the judge, hey, motherfucker, you can't judge me. Only God can judge me. Guess what? No, I'm not a judge, but I am a human being. Sometimes judgment is a good thing. Judgment does nothing more than make you stop, reanalyze yourself. Because sometimes we can be so confident in ourselves and what we're doing that we become closed-minded to constructive criticism. And it's a difference. It's a very, very big difference between constructive criticism and tearing a person down, but not being willing to build them back up, not being willing to explain to them that, hey, you're not doing a good job in this area, but here's some solutions. Here's some ideas that can make you a better person in the line of work or the field that you're in. That's all. So, in the meantime, in between time, you all have a wonderful Juneteenth, Father's Day, Sunday, and I'll get with you all the rest of the week. All right? Take care.